Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/ProRevenge. In today's episode, I got my childhood bully arrested. Probation officer fun times. Per the policy, you need to pay. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I got my childhood bully arrested. I was bullied repeatedly by this guy when we were kids. I saw on his social media profile he was arrested because his profile picture was of him in one of those visiting cells. I also noticed his last name on the account wasn't the same as when we were kids. I wondered why, so I looked up his original name on the arrest warranty registry, and there was indeed an arrest warrant out for him. It matched his birth date. I reported his social media and name change anonymously and got $1,000 from his arrest. My county has an anonymous online report system that gives you a confirmation number to follow up on, and you submit that confirmation number to a location if it results in an arrest. To this day, no one knows I ratted his alias to the police. I guess you can say his debt has been paid. Probation officer fun times. So I briefly worked as a probation officer. A client came in and appeared to be sick. This was just before COVID, but he was doing awful. I said, "All right, we are going to reschedule to next week, have a good day." He starts arguing, saying, "No, I need to do this today." I said, "You're coughing and sneezing, I don't want to get sick." Client, I threatened my ex for not letting me see my kids, and I think I ate a pot brownie at a barn party. Me, what? Why are you telling me any of this? Client, because I had a lot going on. At this point, I emailed my supervisor for permission to check his phone as well as alert we may have to take someone into custody. So as I am waiting for my boss to give me approval to search his phone, I need to get statements about what he was doing. So apparently he was threatening to just go see his ex, despite a no-contact order, and then went to a barn party and consumed weed. He was getting angry that it was taking me so long for his meeting. I said, "You admitted to a bunch of violations, I now need to document each one." He was pissed off and said, "My mom drove me here and has another appointment." I said, "I guess you should have taken up my offer on rescheduling then." So I do a drug test, shows positive for THC, it's not legal here. I go through his phone and he definitely overstated what he intended to. It was more baby mama drama than actual bodily harm. Point is, I had to wait to make that call. I am not sure what happened to the guy, but please, when your probation officer asks to reschedule, don't say a word except okay. Per the policy, you need to pay. Sorry if this is a repost. Not sure what happened to my original one, but it just vanished. I had the unique pleasure of working in customer service over 7 years. My longest job was at a bowling alley in a mid-sized town. It was the high-end bowling alley in the town and thus attracted some pretty entitled people. While I got pretty good at zoning out their dumb requests and simply complying, there were a few times that malicious compliance was warranted. Backstory. The bowling alley required people to purchase bowling by time, i.e., $20 per hour, etc. When I turned on the lane, the bowlers got a 5-minute buffer period in addition to their time purchased. Most of the time, this was not an issue, and people came and left with no issue. Upon request, however, people could get an extra 15 minutes for free in the case of mechanical issues or large groups that were in the 8th frame or higher. I bet you can imagine where this goes bad. Main story. So, one day, a family that consisted of a dad, 2 daughters, and mother came in and started a tab with 1 hour. We let them open tabs since we had servers and food service too. The kids were younger, but I had seen this dad in the bowling alley before as he played in one of our leagues. He was one of those just snobby-looking bowling guys with a rolling bowling bag, beat-up bowling balls, and huge belly that seemed to go hand in hand with the pro bowlers that came to this alley. He had scammed a lot of free stuff from us before, and we had actually been warned about him as employees. Fast forward an hour, and his time is almost up when all of a sudden, I hear a large crash. It was the sound that a bowling ball makes when it hits the sweep that wipes the pins off the lane. There's a small window of time that a bowler can hit the sweep while it's clearing pins, and of course, the dad I discussed earlier was the one that hit it. He comes bumbling over and tells me the lane is broken. I could clearly see that the lane was broken because the lane monitor screen had the code for a jammed arm. I apologized while holding back the barf in my mouth and called the mechanic. After doing that, he demanded 15 minutes of free time since he had to wait for the mechanic to fix the lane, which took 2 minutes. Since it was his first incident, I gave it to him. That was my first mistake. This happened again a second time when his time was getting low, as he had just started a new game. He came bumbling over and did the same routine. I, regrettably, gave the second set of time to him for free, and then he went away. As you may have guessed, it happened a third time. This time, however, I decided to charge him for the 15 minutes since I knew what he was up to, and our policy, posted on the front counter that every customer agrees to, specifically states that we only give 15 minutes for free. On the fourth time, the guy came over again, and I charged him again. This happened a total of 5 times, and I charged him for 3. When he finally decided to pay out, he saw his bill and got furious. He came thundering over to me and barked at me, saying that I was wrong and that he needed to see my manager. When my manager came out, he gave his side of the story, which, of course, was about how I was an idiot and that our lanes break way too easily. I then gave my side and calmly explained that I gave him more free time than our policy stated and that due to his continued requests for more time, I gave it to him at cost. My manager then asked to see the tab and looked through it. Not only did my manager agree that I was right, but he also made the guy pay for the second set of 15 minutes that I had originally given to him for free. My manager cited our policy and told the man what he needed to pay. After some intense yelling, the guy cursed us out, vowed to never come back, and left. He came back for league 3 days later. He knew what he was doing that day and was just mad he got caught. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.